Bruce Lee was barely 60 kilograms, and yet, the people who actually trained and worked alongside him consistently described something that stopped them cold, a speed and power that didn't seem physically possible for a man that size. For decades, the debate has raged. Was Bruce Lee's martial ability the real thing, or was it a carefully constructed Hollywood illusion? Actor John Saxon, his co-star on Enter the Dragon and a serious martial artist in his own right, spent years holding back what he personally witnessed. What he eventually shared turned the argument on its head. Saxon wasn't some passive observer. Before Hollywood, he'd trained extensively in judo and spent over a decade studying Shotokan karate under respected instructors in Los Angeles. He understood real technique. So when Bruce Lee invited him to his home in Hong Kong before filming began and asked him to hold a protective pad and brace himself, Saxon expected to absorb an impact. He wasn't prepared for what actually happened. The kick sent him staggering backward, even though he'd fully tensed and planted his weight. His verdict, offered without hesitation: Bruce Lee was the real deal. On set, Saxon watched Lee approach every fight sequence with the obsessive precision of an engineer. No wires, no camera tricks designed to fake power. Every punch, every kick, had to reflect actual biomechanics. The hip rotation, the stopping point, the energy transfer. Lee moved so fast that standard film cameras of the era couldn't capture him clearly. Warner Brothers had to ship specialized high-speed equipment to Hong Kong just to keep up. That wasn't a marketing story. It was a production problem that had to be solved in real time. Behind the scenes, though, the pressure was immense. Lee was carrying expectations from both Asian audiences and Western studios simultaneously. According to reports, the strain showed significant weight loss, fatigue, and increasing reliance on medication to manage pain. On May 10, 1973, while working in a Hong Kong recording studio, he collapsed and suffered convulsions. Doctors diagnosed cerebral edema, dangerous fluid buildup around the brain, and emergency treatment saved his life. Despite medical advice to rest, Lee returned to work almost immediately, unwilling to slow down. He died on July 20, 1973, before Enter the Dragon ever reached audiences. The official cause of death, according to Hong Kong court records, was acute cerebral edema, attributed to a hypersensitive reaction to a painkiller he had taken that evening. Some accounts surrounding the circumstances were disputed publicly, and questions lingered for years, though no definitive evidence of foul play was ever established. The debate about his legacy resurfaced sharply in 2019, when a film portrayed him in an unflattering and controversial light. His daughter Shannon Lee and martial arts historians pushed back, pointing to original testimony, documented training methods, and the philosophical framework he left behind. Modern MMA analysts have widely acknowledged that his concept of technical freedom, stripping away rigid tradition in favor of what actually works, helped lay intellectual groundwork for the sport. John Saxon's testimony matters because he wasn't a fan. He was a trained fighter who held the pad, felt the kick, and watched every rehearsal. Legends can be manufactured. That reaction couldn't be. If this gave you a new angle on one of martial arts' most debated figures, drop a like and subscribe. There's more where this came from.